warriors! Welcome back to my channel where we go from depressed to impressed through beauty, self-confidence, and lots of self-love. I, unfortunately, was unable to get the E.L.F Chipotle palette. When I saw this, I actually discovered this like not too long ago. Apparently it came out like months ago, but when I saw this palette I was like, what? Chipotle collabed with E.L.F? I was mind blown, and I saw the palette and I'm like, I want to do this. I want to create my own Chipotle palette with all the palettes that I have because I love Chipotle. Chipotle's been good with me, especially having celiac disease, you know, food allergy, gluten. There's definitely a lot of food there that I can eat, so I'm very thankful for Chipotle. And I love E.L.F. I have a bunch of E.L.F products, so I really wanted that palette, but I went on eBay and it's like $100 and something. Like, why? I don't get it. But that's why I'm going to use what I have in today's video to recreate that E.L.F palette using my own palettes. And of course, at the end of this video, I'm going to offer some advice on foods that I've been eating to help me lose weight and to make cooking a lot easier and to not stress about food. Because I know, like, if you suffer from an eating disorder like I do, it can be really stressful to try to lose weight, to be healthy, you know, not to be skinny, but to be healthy, because I need to be because of my health conditions. This is just some advice that I've gathered throughout the week to stay healthy and eat better. So I hope some of these recipes or food ideas will definitely help you. If during or by the end of this video you find it helpful or find my weird, listen, my humor is just weird, all right? Don't get mad at me, that's just who I am. Appreciate it and embrace it. So if you find my humor funny, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. Now, with all that being said, let's go from depressed to impressed. Open up the windows, feel that summer wind, dancing in the court now, and I feel real. But of course, we have to begin with our skincare because our foundation and our makeup is going to come out great if we take care of our skin. So let's go ahead and take care of our skin. I'll first be going in with my toner. Ooh, that feels nice. Ooh, all nice and cold. Ooh, it smells like good stuff. Good stuff. I need some brightener up in my skin, so I'm using Clean Skin Club Vitamin C Brightening Booster. It has watermelon, green tea, and pineapple. So for this one, I like to pat into my skin because it turns sticky and I feel like it helps my foundation stay. So instead of rubbing it in, I just pat it in. Next thing I'll be applying is my moisturizer, and this is Daily Greens Oil-Free Gel Moisturizer by Pharmacy. Just applying a few dots around my face and rubbing that in. Listen, I get hella oily throughout the day. Like, it just never fails. Almost every foundation I wear, it's like very oily. Like, if you need some oil to start cooking or something, like, I got you. You want to make fried chicken, you want to make some plantains, you want, I don't know what, fried rice, I got you. Just like take some of my oil and just like put it on your rice, and then there, that's it. That's your oil. It's really disgusting. Please don't do that. I would not recommend doing that. Let me shut up and tell you the next product that I'm gonna use. So this is the Z Skin Shine Control SPF 24. What I love about that, it has SPF and it's a shine control. And this one also becomes kind of sticky, making the foundation stay longer. Now for our under eyes, I'm going with this Earth Harbor. I absolutely love the color of this eye cream. Like any type of mint, blue, I love it. Okay, so go ahead and pat that underneath your eye. This definitely feels very hydrating underneath my eyeballs because we don't want to have cracked skin underneath. We don't want that creasing now, do we? Last thing for skincare before we start putting some food on our face, you know, because it's like Chipotle theme. Get it? Food on face? No? No? Okay. Let's go on to lips. So to moisturize my lips, this is what I'll be using. But like, why is there a hair here? Oh my god. My cats definitely want to be in my video. Try not to get cat hair on your lips when putting your chapstick. Now let's go ahead and prime our skin to help our foundation stay on longer and also to blur out some of our pores and, you know, smooth it out. For that, I'm using this E.L.F Poreless Face Primer Prime on the Go. I feel like this definitely blurs out my pores. It makes them appear smaller. Way to go, E.L.F. You never disappoint. Come on, primer. Do your thing. Now, for foundation, go ahead and cover up our face. I'm using E.L.F Flawless Satin Foundation. It's oil-free and it's medium coverage. And I'm in the color beige, cool pink undertones. And for today's brush, I'm using this E.L.F Dune Stipple brush. There you go. You can examine how dirty my brushes are. Don't judge me. Okay, now go ahead and apply that evenly all over your face. I'm trying to keep it E.L.F themed here. So we got E.L.F foundation and we have a primer of E.L.F. I feel like this foundation is definitely an everyday foundation just because of how light it feels. Throughout the day, it does get a little bit oily and it's not completely full coverage, but it is supposed to be a medium coverage foundation. So I'm not mad, but I do love that it is a satin finish. So I feel like it works really well with my face. Don't forget your neck, warriors. I'm just gonna add a little more on the places where I have more blemishes. Now, to even this all out, I'm taking my Real Techniques sponge and it is damp. And this just helps me get like a flawless finish. So I always try to go in with the brush first and then I go in with the sponge. It just evens out everything. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want my face looking all doo-doo foundation doo-doo. You know what I'm saying? Now for under eye, to brighten ourselves up, I'm using this Fenty Beauty Brightener. Ooh, I put way too much. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that. So just try to blend that in as much as possible. I'm actually gonna take some down my nose, some up here, my cupid's bow, and some right here. Just cause I put way too much. But I look brightened though. So it's all good. Like I told you, we don't want creasing. We want it to be all nice and smooth underneath our eyes. I'm using this Flower Miracle Matte Universal Finishing Powder. The brush I'm using, can you guess? Can you guess who it's by? Yes, it's by E.L.F. and it's a powder blurring brush. Now I'm gonna put some on the side of my nose. Now it's time to contour. Probably one of my favorite things just because it reshapes my face. Makes it more defined. So for that, I'm using my new Patrick Ta for face. And this is the Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. Look how fabulous. I love this little thing. To apply this, I'm using my SEPHORA-Pro-Flawless Airbrush. I'm just applying that on my cheekbone. And I'm just stamping it. And then going in upward motions just to really get that in there. Now I'm gonna do the top of my forehead. So again, stamping that on. And then just blending that. Just noticed I had a boogie in my nose. Why didn't anybody tell me? Oh wait, you're on video. You're just at home talking to yourself. So I had to figure it out on my own. And I don't know how to edit a boogie from my nose. So Merry Christmas, y'all. Now some on our jaw. And for this one, I'm just going in forward and backward motions. Now to contour my nose, I'm using this MAC 224 SE brush and I am just stamping that. Now I'm just angling it right here at the tip of my nose, going to the side of my nose to make sure my nostrils don't look like a little piggy. Can't believe I just did that on camera. Actually, no, I can believe it. I can believe it. So work on your picky nose. Just tap it in like that. Now a little underneath our lips. We want that plump effect. You know, what I'm saying? Now before I go ahead and bronze my face, I am adding this light medium Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder and using this gorgeous mermaid brush. And I'm adding this just for extra coverage and to make sure that the foundation lasts longer. Now it's bronzing time. For my bronzer, I'm using this powder bronzer and going back into this beautiful Patrick Ta bronzer and applying that where we contoured and a little bit above that, just giving ourselves a nice little bronze because I've totally lost my tan living here in Washington. In Florida, I was quite tan. Like none of my foundations match me. I had to go ahead and buy a bunch of new ones. Now yo chinny chin chin. Who's ready for some blush? Guess what blush I'm using? Yep, you guessed right. My E.L.F brush. Does this look like a brush to you, child? This E.L.F blush. And I got the shade Always Cheeky. The brush I'm using is the Morphe M105. Say hello to the 105. Hello, people. When am I gonna stop being so darn lame? You know what? I don't know. My mom like gave birth to me. She's like, why is this kid so lame? Yeah, I ask myself that every day. Okay, now instead of applying right here directly on the cheeks, I'm applying it right here and going upward. This is gonna elongate your face. Blush is such a magical thing. Let's go ahead and highlight our faces. For that, I'm using this mineralize MAC skin finish. I think you're supposed to put this all over your face, but I don't do that. I just put it for highlight because I think it's so pretty. And this is soft and gentle. Soft and gentle. Okay, I need to stop. I'm applying this with my Morphe M510 brush and just stamping it. Getting that a little bit above here. And the nose, the forehead. Now with my finger, just grabbing a little bit here, then putting this on my Cupid's bow. Don't worry, it won't look like a little milk mustache once I put the lipstick. You'll see, you'll see. Now it's time to get some magical eyebrows because these eyebrows are not looking pretty magical, okay? They need help. That's why I'm using this Charlotte Tilbury eyebrow pencil. And I recently just got this and I am just in love with it. So go ahead and brush your eyebrows, you know, get them in check, get them in line. And I'm just following the shape of my natural brows. And filling in where I am missing hair. To tint my brows, I'm using this Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel. I think I'm saying her name right. I'm not quite sure. I'm like, am I saying it right? But you know what? Most of the time, I'm not saying things right. My boyfriend has called me out on it and I'm just like, well, it is what it is. And I'm using the color Espresso. Now we can start on some eyeshadow. Okay, this is where I'm gonna get extremely hungry because, you know, I'm just gonna be applying colors that are like what's in the E.L.F palette that's like Chipotle. So we got some rice, we got some beans, we got some all types of different things, okay? So this is what the palette looks like. You see all these amazing colors. So I'm gonna try to recreate that look using the palettes that I have. And the palettes that I'll be using to recreate this look is 3 different palettes because I wasn't on board to get that palette. So this is showing you that you can achieve anything with what you got, okay? Because that's what I'm doing. Because I got no other choice, okay? But before we dive in, you have to prime your eyes if you want your Chipotle eyeshadow to stay. I'm using my MAC paint pot and just applying that all over my lid and shaping my eyebrows at the same time, kind of cleaning up any mistakes that I made. And then just patting it with my finger to make sure it's all nice and even. Now, are you ready, children? because I'm so ready. I really wish I was eating Chipotle today, but I ate Chipotle the other day. So I'm probably just gonna make a wannabe Chipotle bowl at home. Perhaps a burrito? I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna figure it out because it's gonna make me hungry. I already know it. So the first palette that I'll be using is this Too Faced Pumpkin Spice. Smells like heaven. Now, the first color that we'll be using is the Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. Just kidding, it just says pumpkin spice. But you know, I had to add a little spice to this. Now, the brush that I'll be using is my Sigma Diffuse Crease E38 brush. Now we're gonna be doing like a halo effect, but first I'll just get this all vibrant on your crease. Stamp it on like if you're trying to mail something. Now to make it look more like the pinto beans color, I'm gonna mix this with my ginger spice and just mixing that all over. It's a little more orangey than what's on the palette, but I really wanted to make it really vibrant. Like I said, work with what you got. Now for the halo effect, going back into that ginger spice, I'm gonna make my inner corner and outer corner darker. Yep, I heard my tummy starting to growl. It already knows what's up. Now to add some dimension to our crease, I'm using my Sigma E42 Precision Firm Blender and going into the color Warm and Cozy. And this is supposed to be black beans. So just go ahead and put this on your crease. And make sure to blend it really well so it doesn't look like a harsh line. Now it's time for the second palette, and this is my MORPHE-39L Hit the Lights. Now for the lid, we're going to use the color Attention Please, and that is supposed to represent mild salsa. Just taking my finger, I'm gonna dab that in there and put it on my lid. To blend all those colors in, I'm using my Morphe M535 brush, but using that pumpkin spice palette, I'm going back into ginger spice and Everything Nice and just blending that all together. Now going into the I Heart Revolution Mini Tasty Avocado palette, I'm going into the second color, this beautiful dark green. To apply that, I'm using my Morphe M321 brush. Gonna make myself look like the Grinch underneath my eye. And guess what color this is supposed to represent? You guessed it right, it's supposed to be lettuce. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Grinch? Now listen, bear with me. This is Easy Liner for Lips Plush Plum. And I say bear with me because it's for lips, but guess where I'm putting it? Underneath my eye. Hopefully I don't get an infection. Hopefully my eye doesn't blow off. Hopefully my eye's not on the floor. So just putting that on my waterline. But we ain't done. You thought we were done? No, we ain't done, sweetheart. We're going back into our pumpkin spice palette and taking that warm and cozy color and putting it on the outer corner underneath our eyes. For that, I'm using Morphe Jeffree Star JS13 just to darken the outer corner. I love how I end up with makeup. I didn't even use blue. Why is there blue on my hand? That blue that's magically on my freaking hand, instead of me cleaning it like I should have. This is what happened. You done messed up, Aaron. Actually, there was a palette I did not mention, and that is my Morphe Jeffree Star palette. We're adding a color in here to our inner corner to, bam, pop it. And this is supposed to be white rice. Arroz blanco. Going into this welcome color. And I'm using my Morphe Jeffree Star JS13 that we used, and just applying that to the inner corner to make everything pop. Now we are officially done with the eyeshadow. I'm gonna apply some mascara, some falsies and mascara on my bottom lashes. For mascara today, I'm using this L'Oreal Voluminous Original. and I'm gonna put that on my top lashes. And then for the bottom lashes, I'm using this CoverGirl Total Tease. This has an amazing applicator. It's super, super tiny. And for lashes, I'm using this brand right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my eyes. So I'll be right back. All right, y'all, Nina's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Nina's back. Let me stop being lame once again. And let's do our lips. So with the E.L.F palette, it came with like this lip pump, I believe. It's like a reddish color. So we're gonna recreate that. I'm lining my lips with my NYX lip pencil, and this is in Hot Red. And I'm just filling them in completely. Once that's all nice and complete, we can put on the lipstick. Today's lipstick is a MAC lipstick, and it's Ruby Woo. I've had this for some time now. As you can see, this poor baby is almost gone. Put that all over your lips. Now, because I really don't want to mess up, because as I was applying, I'm like, I'm gonna mess up. So I'm using my Morphe M443 little tiny brush. Once you have that all nice and juicy red, we're gonna add some gloss, some plumping gloss, just like the E.L.F gloss. So for that, I'm using my Extreme Plump Sexy Mother Pucker. Now, go ahead and plump your lips. Ooh, my lips feel like they're on fire. Okay, guys, last thing. So we have to set in our hard work, because this was hard work. I'm gonna use my Flower Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray. Just spritz that all over. This smells so good. All right, warriors, this is the final and completed look. Now, who else is hungry for some Chipotle? I am starving for Chipotle, but I had it the other day, so I can't have it again. I'm gonna have to make my own Chipotle bowl. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And of course, we are finally here for the advice. And this is advice that I've just kind of learned throughout the week, whether it's through YouTube, whether it's through books, whether it's through therapy, just a couple things that I've just gathered together, and I would love to share with all of you. So I've been working really hard on my weight loss journey, and every day is different. Some days are harder than others, like really hard, and I'm not perfect by any means, but this is just stuff that's been easy for me to help me stay on track, and if I mess up, to get back on track. Now, since we're talking about Chipotle, we're talking about food, I just want to offer some like different foods that you can make that I found have been really easy this week or these past few weeks. So want to share that with you. Now, there's two YouTubers that have really helped me on this journey, and that is High Carb Hannah and Plentiful Kiki. They give so many amazing food ideas that are plant-based, allergy-friendly, gluten-free, and it just really helps me like think of like food ideas. And using their ideas, I can think of my own ideas and just create like overall healthy meals for me that are super easy. So for example, I have an air fryer and I put potatoes in there and crisp them all nice. So I'll put potatoes in there, and then in the oven I'll put some veggies to roast them, or I'll put them in my Asian steamer that I have that I put on top of the stove, and they come out really good. And you know, to flavor the vegetables or to flavor my potatoes I put rosemary on them. And for the veggies, I went to Trader Joe's and found so many amazing seasonings, which they're delicious, and I go ahead and put that on my veggies, or sometimes use coconut amino acids, which is also really good because they have a teriyaki one, they have a garlic one. Now, this is the best advice that I've gotten like for breakfast. I love oatmeal, but sometimes I run out of ideas on how to make it more flavorful. I think it was High Carb Hannah that suggested putting a tea bag in there. So I've been putting like a toasted coconut tea that I have, and I put that in my oatmeal. That was a game changer. It made my oatmeal tastes delicious. So I would definitely give that a try. And of course, if I want like a Chipotle bowl, all you need is beans, rice, lettuce, tomato, some avocado. You can get some chips, or you can even make your own chips in the air fryer. There are so many things that you can do with just making bowls. Pinterest has amazing ideas. If you type in, like, let's say plant-based meals, super easy, you'll find a bunch of different things that you can try. I just need something that's quick and easy and that fills me up and that doesn't cause me stress, because I've suffered from an eating disorder for so long and suffer from losing weight and just body image. I just need something that's not so stressful. And I have to be very, very careful with what foods I eat because of my celiac disease, meaning I'm gluten-free, and sometimes it gets really, really hard. And throughout this journey, I have tried so many different veggies. Like if you go to your grocery store, especially like more of like the healthier grocery stores, like Whole Foods, they always have like different types of veggies and fruits. So go ahead and try it. Google how do you spice it up, and I promise you're gonna learn a whole new thing about plants and about veggies and how well that they can actually taste good. Another thing that I've been doing is making sushi at home, because I love sushi. So I'll put avocado in it with some rice, some cucumbers, some carrots, and then I'll make like a spicy mayo, which has like vegan mayo and sriracha. I know you're probably thinking like, well, I don't know how to make sushi. Like rolling up the sushi is actually not that hard. There are definitely YouTube videos like how to make sushi, and they'll show you like how to do it. And I learned how to do it, and now I eat sushi like all the time. And I just put like different plants in there, like a sweet potato that you can make like out of a soy sauce is really delicious. So something that my therapist said that really, really got to me, because I was having trouble with like binge eating, and it just really, really clicked. Because I sometimes feel really stressed out about food because of my celiac and my PCOS, I say, why my body? Why is my body like going against me? Why is it hurting me? I don't get it. So she said, instead of looking at that way, appreciate your body and say, wow, my body has to go through all this work just to digest it. Like especially if I eat gluten, and it's just my body has to do so much work to stay alive and be okay. So acknowledging that my stomach or my body is actually really strong. My stomach is a warrior for all the things that it has to go through and to keep me alive. So I like, when she said that, I'm like, you know what? I do appreciate my stomach. Like, why my stomach? It works so hard to keep me alive. Like, it works extra hard than someone that doesn't have a food allergy or doesn't have an autoimmune disease. That really resonated with me, and I should appreciate my stomach more and definitely be mindful of that I need to take care of it because it's trying to survive just for me. Well, I hope that I was able to give you some advice in regards to food. I hope you can recreate this look. You know, just because you don't have certain palettes doesn't mean that you can't take all your palettes and combine them to make another palette. Use what you got. You know, I understand that money can be tight, but work with what you got because you definitely can do it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like my video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It definitely helps me out. Now remember, you are a warrior, stay a warrior, and keep fighting. I will see you in my next video. Bye! Don't think about it, don't wanna think about it.